Well, good morning. Welcome to lesson 140. Only salvation can be said to cure. And I think at this time in the year 2021, within the matrix, the idea of cure is something that people are looking at on a professional level and as a personal interest. So learning then that the truth of being cured is wholly dependent upon a change of purpose about what I think the world is for will probably come as good news. Unless, of course, you have a vested interest in maintaining a rigid stance regarding that perception of the world, wherein you probably think the world is here for you to be able to get the most out of it and to be able to manipulate and control it as you so choose. But in fact, the world is a place where minds enter into through the avatar experience to undergo a very important part of the journey of the soul, wherein we learn that choice is the most powerful thing that we have at our command. And when we learn what the results of our choices can be, we also learn then that choosing in our own best interests is something that makes more sense to embrace in an ongoing fashion with vigilance and determination and all these sorts of things, perseverance, discipline, which is why we have this mind training discipline of A Course in Miracles. This is the wide edition. You can order it online, part A and part B. This is part B, the workbook, where we are up to lesson 140 of 365 lessons. Okay, only salvation can be said to cure. Cure is a word that cannot be applied to any remedy the world accepts as beneficial. Ready? I'll repeat that again. It's great, straight off the cuff. Cure is a word that cannot be applied to any remedy the world accepts as beneficial. What the world perceives as therapeutic is but what will make the body better. When it tries to heal the mind, it sees no separation from the body where it thinks the mind exists. Remember, you're not in here. You're not this voice in there that's saying this, that, and the other. Its forms of healing thus must substitute one illusion for another illusion. One belief in sickness takes another form, and so the patient now perceives himself as well. Right, and that's equally relevant, or it is relevant, as the idea of health and sickness. Right? And I know this may be hard to hear, but the idea of a healthy body is also what sickness is, because the entirety of the physical domain is the realm of death. Doesn't matter how fit and how healthy you appear to be. The running program of the mind that validates the body as itself is death. He is not healed. He merely had a dream that he was sick, and in the dream he found a magic formula to make him well. Yet he has not awakened from the dream, and so his mind remains exactly as it was before. He has not seen the light that would awaken him and end the dream. What difference does the content of a dream make in reality? One either sleeps or wakens. There is nothing in between. The happy dreams the Holy Spirit brings are different from the dreams of the world, where one can merely dream he is awake. The dream forgiveness lets the mind perceive the dream's forgiveness lets the mind perceive, do not induce another form of sleep so that the dreamer dreams another dream. His happy dreams are heralds of the dawn of truth upon the mind. They lead from sleep to gentle waking so that dreams are gone, and thus they cure for all eternity. Thank you. Atonement heals with certainty and cures all sickness. For the mind which understands that sickness can be nothing but a dream is not deceived by forms the dream may take. Sickness where guilt is absent cannot come, for it is but another form of guilt. Atonement does not heal the sick, for that is not a cure. It takes away the guilt that makes the sickness possible, and that is cure indeed. For sickness now is gone, with nothing left to which it can return. Right, I love that bit. It takes away the guilt that makes sickness possible. Okay, and you may be walking around saying, well, I don't feel guilty for anything. Remember that the conscious mind only can only verify about 10% or 8%, whatever Einstein said, we only use 6% of the brain or something. But the conscious mind is a very, very, very tiny little fraction of the entirety of the mind that believes that it is separate. It's simply the witnessing portal, the activating portal for choice. Right? It has a very small part to play. It seems quite enormous when you're within it. Wow, look at this sky and oceans, and I can do anything and all of this sort of stuff. But in the grand scheme of things, it's almost nothing. And coming to an understanding that what resides in unawareness, the guilt, the fear, that's where we're headed. This is a journey into fear. Okay. Atonement heals with certainty and cures all sickness. For the mind which understands that sickness can be nothing but a dream is not deceived by the forms the dream may take. Sickness where guilt is absent cannot come, for it is but another form of guilt. Atonement does not heal the sick, for that is not a cure. It takes away the guilt that makes the sickness possible. It takes away the guilt that makes the sickness possible. Okay. For sickness now is gone, with nothing left to which it can return. Peace be to you who have been cured in God, and not in idle dreams, for cure must come from holiness, and holiness cannot be found where sin is cherished. God abides in holy temples. He is barred where sin has entered, yet there is no place where he is not. Right? God is everywhere. It's only me, okay, valuing the external, valuing the temporary, that blocks my awareness of God's presence within me from my own understanding. He is barred where sin has entered, yet there is no place where he is not. And therefore sin can have no home in which to hide from his beneficence. There is no place where holiness is not, and nowhere sin and sickness can abide. This is the thought that cures. It does not make distinctions among unrealities, nor does it seek to heal what is not sick, unmindful where the need for healing is. This is no magic. It is merely an appeal to truth which cannot fail to heal and heal forever. Yes. It is not a thought which judges an illusion by its size, its seeming gravity, or anything that is related to the form it takes. It merely focuses on what it is and knows that no illusion can be real. Let us not try today to seek to cure what cannot suffer sickness. Healing must be sought but where it is, and then applied to what is sick so that it can be cured. There is no remedy the world provides that can effect a change in anything. It's a one-way street. The mind that brings illusions to the truth is really changed. There is no change but this, right? So the mind that brings illusions to the truth is really changed. You do that through prayer. Father, I discovered this guilt in me. I feel guilty about, remember, the external situations are the catalyst. Let's just make something up here. It's all ego anyway. So I cheated on my girlfriend. I did something, whatever. I feel guilty, right? It's not the reason that you think for those things. Those things, those external situations are catalysts for bringing up that guilt to show you that you still have guilt within your mind. It's like, wow, thank you for playing that part for me, my girlfriend and that other person and whatever that I cheated with. And let me heal my mind of this guilt so that I don't have to repeat that cycle and play that situation out again in another form, in another way, to bring up that guilt again. Let me look at it now and deal with it by giving it to truth. I can't bring truth to illusions. Illusions don't exist. I only believe in them in my mind. I'm not guilty of anything, and neither are you. No one is judged for a dream. Let us not try today to seek to cure what cannot suffer sickness. Healing must be sought but where it is, and then applied to what is sick so that it can be cured. There is no remedy the world provides that can effect a change in anything. The mind that brings illusions to the truth is really changed. There is no change but this. For how can one illusion differ from another but in attributes that have no substance, no reality, no core, and nothing that is truly different? Today we seek to change our minds about the source of sickness, for we seek a cure for all illusions, not another shift among them. We will try today to find the source of healing which is in our minds because our Father placed it there for us. It is not further from us than ourselves. It is as near to us as our own thoughts, so close it is impossible to lose. We need but seek it, and it must be found. We will not be misled today by what appears to us as sick. We go beyond appearances today and reach the source of healing from which nothing is exempt. We will succeed, listen, we will succeed to the extent to which we realize that there can never be a meaningful distinction made between what is untrue and equally untrue. It's all an illusion. All form is illusory, right? Don't judge the form, apply the principle. Here there are no degrees and no beliefs that what does not exist is truer in some forms than others. All of them are false and can be cured because they are not true. Right? The matrix is the matrix. It doesn't matter how nice it is or how horrible it is. It's all an illusion. So do we lay aside our amulets, our charms and our medicines, our chants and bits of magic in whatever form they took. We will be still and listen for the voice of healing which will cure all ills as one, restoring saneness to the Son of God. No voice but this can cure. Today we hear a single voice which speaks to us of truth, where all illusions end and peace returns to the eternal quiet home of God. We waken hearing him and let him speak to us 5 minutes as the day begins, and end the day by listening 5 minutes more before we go to sleep. Our only preparation is to let our interfering thoughts be laid aside, not separately, but all of them as one. They are the same. We have no need to make them different and thus delay the time when we can hear our Father speak to us. We hear him now, we come to him today. With nothing in our hands to which we cling, with lifted hearts and listening minds, we pray. Only salvation can be said to cure. Speak to us, Father, that we may be healed. Oh. Oh, man. And we will feel salvation cover us with soft protection and with peace so deep that no illusion can disturb our minds nor offer proof to us that it is real. This will we learn today, and we will say our prayer for healing hourly and take a minute as the hour strikes to hear the answer to our prayer be given us as we attend in silence and in joy. This is the day when healing comes to us. This is the day when separation ends and we remember who we really are. Peace.